What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today I'm checking out the Knafs Tool Burrito, which is the latest product from Knafs. And this is meant as kind of a knife maintenance roll pouch, but can really double as just a regular tool roll if that's what you prefer. But the intention behind it was for knife maintenance. Now, this runs for $35 over on the website. I believe they're selling on some retailers now as well, but you can get it directly on knafs.com for $35. Closed up as you see it, it's about 8 inches tall by just about 4 inches wide. So it rolls up relatively compact, but fully unrolled it gets all the way to 17 inches wide by 10.5 inches tall. And the way it works is pretty simple. It's just held together by this lanyard cord that has this oblong pull, and you can just pull that out and then slide it through here and it opens up. Now before I get into it, it's just a cotton waxed canvas. Feels like a pretty durable material. I think it should hold up fairly well, double stitched. And so let's go ahead and unroll it so you can take a look. So when you first unroll it, you have the magnetic closures, and then it opens fully. And so these magnetic closures, there's 2 on the left side right now over here and 2 on the right side, and they just kind of magnet to each other, but they also double to hold screws and miscellaneous parts that you take apart. If you're disassembling something, you don't want to lose the screws, you can just toss them on one of those magnets and it will keep them in place. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of elastic loops that are organizing most of the pouch, but on the left third or so, and I guess I could just measure this, this is about 3 inches by, well, a little more than 6 inches, probably 7 inches. There is a zippered pocket, and so what I have in there is a Weehaw bit kit, but you can put really anything you want in there. It's good for small free-floating items that don't really work well in the elastic loops, but all I have in there right now is the Weehaw bit selector. And so I did load this out mostly as a knife maintenance kit. To be honest, I don't do a lot of knife maintenance on the road. I'll usually just wait until I get home. I mean, I have definitely done it, but a lot of the times I wait till I get home. But I do like the idea of having everything you need to do that with you. And so this is a really cool idea for that. But again, if you can wait till you get home, it's probably better to do it in just kind of a clean environment where if you do lose the screw, it'll eventually turn up. You know, if you lose the screw out in the real world, unlikely that you're ever going to see it again. So at home, at least, if you lose it, it's probably fell under your dresser or wherever you're doing your knife maintenance. But again, a really cool concept. So I did load it out as if I were going to be using it for mostly knife maintenance. So on the left, in the first elastic loop, I have, and I will measure out these loops and count them out after it is empty, some Tough Glide rust inhibitor and lubricant. And so this is just kind of a pen one. You get these a lot from Blade HQ. They do like promotions where you get a little mini knife maintenance kit. And so you get these a lot. So I have a few of these pens, just threw one of them in there. Up next is a Well Tool flashlight. I got this over on Amazon. It's kind of a just regular nondescript flashlight. It takes AAA batteries and really just kind of a simple pen light. And this again is for just if you're doing some maintenance in the dark, you drop something, you can kind of see it. It's a nice shape. You can hold it in your mouth. Probably not advisable, but that is how I hold those often. So just kind of a nice shape for that, just simple pen light. Up next is a Countycom titanium bit driver that has internal storage. This is cage number 5VKB6. If you search on Countycom, you should find this. Really, really cool bit driver. It comes with a bunch of internal bits stored in here, but you can replace them with whatever makes sense. So you can put all your T6, T8, T10 bit drivers in there and have them. If you don't want to carry the bit selector, just have exactly what you need on hand inside of that bit driver. Next up, I just have a Sharpie pen, just kind of not so much knife maintenance, but just a good thing to have on you. I always like having a pen, as well as some Knipex water cobra pliers. I believe these are the XS water cobra ones or something like that is the model, but these are the smallest ones they make, I believe, and just always something that comes in handy, as well as a stick of Loctite. I like these sticks. You can just kind of dip the screws into there, and so this is kind of like a glue stick but with Loctite, and it's again blue Loctite. Also have this little pry bar. I guess this not called a pry bar, but it's effectively a pry bar. This is like a car cleaning tool or something from Countycom, titanium. It's meant for just like popping off the plastic inside of your dash and getting in between there, cleaning it. And so just have this in there in case you need to separate some scales or something that are kind of stuck even after removing the screws. And then behind that, there are two internal pockets. So I have the Knafs titanium ruler and angle finder. So there's that, as well as just a leather strap. I forget what brand this is. I don't remember. I got it from Going Gear, so there's a little bit of compound on there. I got it from a Going Gear subscription a while back and just kind of threw that in there. Now, a couple things that I don't have in here that I probably would like to include, but just ran out of space or didn't fit super well, is a multi-tool, just a Leatherman with some pliers on it. Didn't really fit how I had it loaded out, so I guess if I dropped the bit selector, maybe that would have fit really well but in here, but I would just carry it on the side and not have it in the pouch. And then the other thing is just something to sharpen with. Again, you can really wait till you get home in most cases, but if you're someone who's really heavy using your knives and maybe you need to sharpen it while you're out of the house, then it would be nice to include something like that in here. So not the perfect loadout, just kind of testing things out as it is, but I'm sure as I get used to it, I might change what I put into this pouch. But pretty cool little pouch. As I mentioned, you have the zippered pocket over here, as well as two larger pockets for bigger items. And again, these are, let's just kind of go, pretty much 6 inches deep, 5 3/4 inches deep by about 3 inches wide on that one, 3 inches wide on that one, so all 3 inches wide. And then you have 4 larger elastic loops, and these ones are about just under 2 inches, 1 3/4 inches. Or so, 1.5 inches. Yeah, so about 1.5 to 1 3/4 inches. And then on top of each of those, there's 2 more elastic loops, and these ones are gonna be much smaller, so you have 8 total that are just about 1 inch wide. As you kind of flatten them out, obviously, when they're kind of extended, they get a little bit thinner. And so there seems to be a little bit of variation between, like this elastic loop seems to be wider, and these ones seem to be about 3/4 inch wide. So these ones are about 1 inch, whereas these ones are about 3/4 inch. So there seems to be a little bit of variation there, but for the most part, they're gonna be pretty similar size. But it looks like actually, just kind of eyeballing it, that the 2 ends are 1 inch and all of the rest are 3/4 inch. So you have 2 inch loops and 6 3/4 inch loops. So that's kind of all of the internal organization. Again, you have a kind of nice flat surface over here that you can do your maintenance on. You don't have to set it on the cement or whatever you're working on. And then again, the magnets so that you can keep track of your screws and that sort of thing. So pretty cool little tool roll. Again, meant for knife maintenance, but it'll work for anything. You know, you can put pens and office and school supplies in here if that's what you like. You can put your knives in here, whatever you want makes sense. It has a tag here, designed in Utah, made in Binh Duong, Vietnam, so made in Vietnam. And again, $35, not too pricey there. Also not super cheap, but reasonably priced, I feel like, and just a cool kind of different thing. They're doing a lot of different things. He's not just making knives, so excited to see what else they come out with. Let me know what you think of this tool roll down in the comments below. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And as always, I hope you have a great one. Take care.